Sorry, Sugarfoot's evil. We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah,
jumping the gun here.
I think that's where, yeah, a little bit. Okay, so Jenna, how much of the did you read the books recently or childhood ago?
Childhood ago, and then I just reread the first one.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Same. And I remembered
yesterday.
None of the book.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I read this
will be
yesterday.
so fun reading these uplifting books. I just got done about 10 minutes ago. Yeah. It'll be so fun reading these uplifting horse girl books. Wait, why is everybody dying?
Oh no.
What's happening?
Oh, no.
I don't understand. Yeah. It took a turn. We get the sudden death of Mom and then the slow death of Sugarfoot.
I knew Mom was
all
coming.
The grounds. Who
for
knew
sure
Mom was coming? What? Oh, okay.
I knew Mom was gonna die.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't know Mom was gonna die.
No, I had no idea. I still live in this happy little world where I don't know. I guess the Animorphs didn't break me like they did y'all, and I'm not as jaded, and I feel like people can survive books. I'm wrong.
You're so wrong.
I'm wrong. They can't.
You're so wrong.
Yeah, they can't.
Books are about death and nothing else.
Yeah.
Freaking trees fall off. It's like this sudden blast. It's like, oh man, it's storming. They probably shouldn't be out on. This is probably. Oh, she's dead. Oh, you've been in a coma for 8 days and you didn't even get to go to your mom's funeral.
Or your birthday.
Oh, or your birthday. You missed that too.
Happy birthday.
And then while you were in a coma, or no, while you were sulking around the place, Mrs. Bell died because you didn't check on her.
That's terrible.
In her rotten corpse house for a week that.
Yes. Getting eaten by her cats because you know she has cats.
Well, farm cats, yeah.
They're fat cats, yeah.
They're now fat.
Farm.
They didn't start that way.
They're all now fat. No, it's Mrs. Bell's skeleton because the cats have picked it clean.
I'm getting the sense that it's we need Tim to summarize these books for us, like our 30-second summary at the beginning, because I feel like he's the qualified expert on what this book's about.
Yeah. There's a girl and there's some horses and then everybody dies. Except for Sugarfoot, who magically turns the corner, but only magically turns the corner when surrounded by suffering. That's why I believe Sugarfoot is evil. It's only when somebody suffers directly next to Sugarfoot that Sugarfoot is like, oh, I must live. I've found the will.
Sugarfoot is a narcissist. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He lives directly off human suffering. Directly.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how that story unfolds in future books.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
and also, Spartan got injured, which is barely mentioned in this book, but Spartan is important in the TV show.
Spartan was the one that they found in the barn? The whole reason that Mom died? Yeah. Which also, you glossed over the fact that people moved away and locked a horse in a barn to die alone. Yeah, I did. I guess that's also true.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody listening to this, go read the book first, because you should suffer too. Like you should. That's what I told, and not suffering like it's bad. There's just a lot of bad that happens in this book, and they didn't warn me about it.
Is this the
So
show?
now I'm going to share that with everybody.
Is this the show?
It feels like
there's
we're
no
there.
structure. There's no intro. This is just the show.
My favorite part is where he said, "Go read the book," but has not yet told us what this book is or where to find it.
Okay. So I guess we should start a show. This is just me. This is how I talk when I'm at my house. I just talk to people like they're listening. I talk to my studio audience because I'm certain there is one.
There is.
Okay.
Today
It's the Tim
us.
Min
All right,
show.
so here we go. Here's your intro. Here's your intro. And I know we were all so excited to read this book series that we didn't even come up with a podcast title yet. But me and my friends Jenna and Anonymous Alex are going to be reading Horse Girl books. And we're going to start with Heartland. And hopefully one day we'll name the podcast.
But it is not this
Once we come
day.
up with something. It is not this day. There will be no name.
No name?
No name for this podcast.
Okay. What about, like, trot along and read with us? This is probably too long. That's fine.
No, I like that one.
Yeah, welcome to Trot Along and Read with us. So yeah, Heartland. It's about a young girl named Amy Fleming. And she lives on a heartland. I don't know what you
On a
call it.
heartland.
A horse,
Yep.
a horse reservation? Like a horse preserve? A horse...
A horse rescue?
A horse rescue, that works, I guess. A horse commune?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Yeah.
It's a
it's
cult
a
Yeah.
now.
horse
They,
cult. Yes, it's a horse cult. So there's on a horse cult with her mom. Spoiler. She doesn't make it to the end of the book. And, like, some other dudes. And I think one of the dudes is into her. I don't know.
You mean the one that
Ty,
gently
I
brushed
think
her
it's-
face?
Yeah.
no, he's not into her at all.
No, hates her.
Yeah, she just had a fly.
She doesn't have a tail to whack
Right.
it away with.
Yeah.
So he had to do it for her. So they go, I don't know, she's hanging out with her friend whose name I can't, I don't know how to
Soraya.
pronounce it.
Yep,
That's
Soraya.
not how you say
Yeah.
that. That is not
Absolutely,
It is.
Soraya.
It's Soraya.
Okay. All right. So she's hanging out with her friend Soraya, and they go the way their mom told them not to, which is on the road, and that's weird to me that the road is the place you shouldn't be. You should be on the trails. Like, how shitty is your road?
It's
Please
not the
invest in your
road, it's the
infrastructure.
people on it. Tim.
That's in your
No, it's the-
Because if a car suddenly comes upon you when you're on a horse, I think it's going to go poorly for you and the horse, and actually the car and the people in the car. Everybody
that's right.
involved.
There was that whole like stretch of road where you cannot see at all. It's
Yeah.
just absolute
Yes.
pitch
Yeah.
darkness. Okay. Now it makes
Tim didn't grow up in the country
When you
either,
said,
so
no, I did not. But it was really funny. When you said it's not the road, it's the people on it, and I was like, what do they have, a bunch of meth houses or something?
yes. Also that
people living
again
there.
in the country. She said this is Virginia. Yes. Those other people left their fucking horse to die in a barn. Yes, meth.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've learned about approximately 2 neighbors that she's had. Think about the fates of both of those neighbors.
One's running from the law. That's all I can assume. They just bugged out.
Yes.
And the other one was eaten by cats
Yes.
after dying.
Of course.
So yeah, they go down the road they're not supposed to, and then it starts raining really hard, and they find a horse that was abandoned in a place, and they go home and they're like, "Mom, come get the horse," and Mom's like, "I don't know, I might die," and she's like, "Mom, you got to," and she's like, "All right, I'll do it," and then she died, and then Amy was in a coma for 8 days, and then she comes back and everything is shitty, and then she finds out Mrs. Bell died, the neighbor that she was supposed to check on all the time, and she was eaten by her cats. And then she wants Lou to stay. Lou is her sister, and Lou doesn't want to stay because she's, she's the actual one from the Hallmark movie. Like, she's got the life
yeah.
in New
Yep.
York and the
Yeah.
great job and the boyfriend, Carl. And she doesn't want to leave that, but she decides to go home to the country for, sad reasons. But then she finds maybe true happiness in the country, which is, I think, the plot of every Hallmark movie. Except,
Yeah.
it's sometimes a guy and not the country.
But she's not a doctor or
Country
a
guy.
lawyer, so there's that.
That's
Very
true. That's true. It's true. So it is a little different. It's not like trademark infringement or whatever. So yeah, then she's like, obviously upset. Amy is because she killed her mom. And every time she said that too, she's like, "It's my fault." I'm like, "Yeah,
Tim."
Yeah, it is. Like, no.
You just blamed her blanket.
yeah. I was like, your mom said, "I don't think we should go," and she was right. She shouldn't. So yeah, and then there's, they take in Sugarfoot, who is Mrs. Bell's horse. This is a tiny horse or something, and it decides it's like all the suffering that I was feasting on from Mrs. Bell, who was a tired old pained lady, she's dead now, so I don't have that source of awful and suffering anymore. So I don't want to live now. And so we watch Sugarfoot's slow death because Sugarfoot won't eat because he can't eat like horse food. He has to eat suffering, which in the end Lou provides him, and that revives him. And there's a guy named Nick Hollowell who's like famous or something, and he's all like, "Hey, yeah, like Amy, take care of my horse." And Amy's like, "Yeah, okay." And then she helps the horse get on a trailer because the horse didn't want to get on a trailer. And then Nick Hollowell's like, yeah, and like the whole time they're gonna lose the cult because they can't manage it without mom. But this Nick Hollowell guy, he's like gonna tell everybody that it's like, "Hey, they fixed my horse. My horse was broken, and now my horse is no longer broken. So take your horses there." And he's like famous, so like a lot of people will do it. And so Lou decides to stay because that's how the Hallmark movies ends. And I think that's the whole plot of Heartland.
Yeah.
That was like a way more in depth and like thought through. I have never heard you give such a succinct fucking. I don't even know what how.
That was the first time that I've not pre-written my summary.
Maybe you should just not.
Yeah.
So for anybody who doesn't know, Tim and I do an Animorphs podcast together, and he does the summaries at the beginning, and it's just like, this happened, and then this guy did that, and then some other things did a thing. Yep.
I think that was actually a quote from one of my summaries.
I think it was.
Already, the Horse Girls is getting to you. You're already in way too deep, and it's indoctrinated in you now.
No,
he's invested.
I have to know. I have to know where we go from here.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And I really want to see the TV show now too.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I want
to.
God, is it?
I can't wait to read all these books and then see how it translates to a TV show.
Is it on Prime?
It's on Netflix, up to 13. And then season 14 just aired on CBS because it's a Canadian TV show. And this, on the TV show, all takes place in Canada, in like Alberta or something. And there's a lot of details changed that I did not remember being changed. And that's the 14th season just aired. So don't look anything up, Tim. There's big spoilers. Do not look it up. But 1 through 13 is on Netflix.
I got a little confused at one point because I thought they were in Virginia, like Jenna said. But then they said Nick Hollowell lives like, a couple hours horse ride away in Florida.
No.
And I was like, wait, what just happened?
No, this is a whole thing. So this is, I'll just go in with the first horse fact, and Jenna, always cut me off, please, if I'm saying anything buck wild. But basically, the big overwintering grounds for horse people is in Ocala, Florida, for jumpers at least. And I think some dressage shit there too, but doesn't matter. So they go and spend winter there competing, while the rest of us are stuck up in like cold, snowy places, just dying and not riding because it's cold and shitty. And so, like, that's why he overwinters in Ocala, Florida, and then comes back for summer to ride at his, like, home base. Or he said he was going to Virginia to get away from it all because he was too famous and people were going to bother his horses.
Tim's like, overwinter, dressage, Ocala. I know these words.
These are words. In the swamp grounds of Florida.
Do I? have I ever overwintered anywhere?
Yes, here in Georgia.
Every winter where you spend it in your house, you are overwintering there, technically. But yeah, these people, they live a life.
That sounds bougie as hell. I'm going to tell people that while I'm at work. It's like 8 degrees outside. I'm be like, I'm overwintering.
This is okay. Can I add a third thing to our list of because like number 1 of this podcast, we're getting Tim on a horse. This is one of our goals.
Oh yeah, we should definitely state goals. This is important.
Yeah.
I guess I should say that my familiarity with horses is that I sort of believe they exist. And
but you aren't sure.
They're mythical creatures.
I believe that in fables and fairy tales they were used for transportation. So, in other words, I ain't never been near a horse. They're big and would curb stomp me pretty
Tim,
quick.
have you ever seen a horse in person?
Not up close.
What's the farthest you've ever been from a horse?
Like you'd see horses on the road when you're driving past, and I'm sure that I've been to some sort of. Oh no, we went to a rodeo one time.
Okay,
that's impressive.
That's true. We did do that. No, it wasn't. It was not impressive. I don't think it was a good rodeo. Either that, or I don't know how to enjoy rodeos.
Aww.
So I was like, wow, I'm not doing this again. Aww. So maybe we could find a good rodeo to go to.
I was gonna
we'll go to the one in Vegas.
Oh boy.
Nationals. Let's do it.
Boy. I'm into that.
So step
2 rodeo.
Step 1, I have to ride a horse.
Step 1 horse, 2 rodeo. 3, I think we should go to like an Ocala show at some point or like roll like we should do one of the big like jumper eventer shows.
When you say do, does that mean I have to enter?
No,
Christ.
That sounds.
We do not.
That sounds like it would make
to embarrass ourselves or like make them angry at us.
It would make an amazing 80s movie when I finally turned around and won.
Oh my god. We put Tim on a pony and both Jenna and I get to be like, you have to jump this small jump if you ever want to win Rolex. That's the only way to keep Sugarfoot. Yeah, we're doing that.
Oh god.
As I fall off the horse. And Alex tells me I'm like Seabiscuit before he was good. Again.
For a second time.
Again.
Yeah. So we have goals.
Okay, so, yeah. Go to Florida and become Florida people.
Well, we're just overwintering.
We're overwintering, yes. Overwintering in Florida. And then go to a rodeo, like a real one. And then I have to ride a horse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got it. Done. I'm gonna be... The first time I probably see a horse, I'm like, you want me to get on a dragon?
Yep. Yes, we do. And we're going to watch.
It's going to be okay, Tim. We're going to be there the whole time.
We will. We'll trot alongside you holding your hand.
Yeah. Each clipped into a long line to Tim's horse, just guiding it. It's okay, buddy. We got you.
It's like one of those little leashes that you put toddlers on. So
Kinda.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, just real long. Just for when you go fast.
Just attach me to your belt. Yeah.
No, I'm not attaching to my belt because I'm not getting dragged along with you. I'll watch you go into the distance and I'll wave.
What's going to be great is when they put him on a mule and he's like, this is the best horse ever. Like, yes, it is. You're right.
That's great.
You got this, buddy.
I'm very excited for this. This is going to be so good. This is really like what I'm most excited for. Getting Tim on a horse.
Yes. Yes. This is my new life goal. Like, I have achieved nothing, but I'm putting everything aside to get Tim on a horse. Period.
Same.
So, when we're talking about things that Jenna is trying to make me do, I recently went on the Botched podcast, which Jenna is a part of, and we watched the movie The Descent. And so she's been sending me these horrible pictures of just they're gut-wrenching pictures of just her feet sticking out of these tiny caves. And so she wants me to go spelunking. And this is her way of selling it. Is like, look, this is a hole that not a human can fit through. And here are my feet.
Well, obviously I fit through it.
Yeah.
This is where I was trapped for 8 hours until they got me loose.
This is where we went through this one squeeze called the birth canal. Tim, don't you want to go?
Yeah.
I feel like Tim would chew off his own arm within 10 minutes of being trapped.
Oh yes. Yeah.
100% true. The worst part is that I'll chew off my arm and then somebody will just come open the door behind me like, dude, you could have walked out any time.
If you'd have just backed up a little, then you'd have been fine.
Yeah. That's my Saw movie, is just me thinking that I'm trapped somewhere.
This is perfect. I'm very excited. I need you to go spelunking also, and I also will be setting aside more life goals just to make that one also happen.
All these great things that you had planned for society. Nope. Let's go make Tim do things that make him uncomfortable.
Focusing on torturing Tim.
You're like my Sugarfoot.
Well, I mean, I do kind of, I am an emotional vampire. Yes, okay. Yeah. I do eat suffering. Yeah, okay.
So, y'all promised also to help me with some of the terms that I learned in this book. And it took, I don't know, a page or two for me to get to one that I didn't know what it meant.
Please, let's talk about Sundance.
Was that the Angry Horse?
Yeah.
Sundance? Yeah. The term that I need to know what it means is gelding.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Yep.
I don't know what that means. And I decided that it sounds like a form of currency in a role-playing game. So now, whenever I run role-playing games, they will involve the transactions of geldings.
Oh boy, you better hold to that one.
Yeah. Yes, I promise.
What is a gelding?
Okay, so when a horse is young.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't like the way that just made me uncomfortable.
If they don't plan on using it as a stud.
Oh no.
Can you?
Oh, why
you
did
know
I
what
pick
they
this
do,
word?
Tim?
Oh no. I think
Okay. So they castrate it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No wonder he's so pissed off.
Well, usually it keeps them from being so pissed off. Because then they don't have all that testosterone.
And then, okay, sorry, I have to interject one more fact. And then for good luck, they throw the castrated testicles on the roof of the barn.
Yeah. So that happens everywhere. Cool. It's not just here. Nice.
Yeah,
Right.
everywhere.
No, that doesn't happen
It
everywhere.
does.
Yeah,
It super does.
Sure does. Mm-hmm.
Don't I better not go on my roof and find any.
What?
You live in a barn?
A horse at your house?
No, I'm just saying that's not. Don't normalize that.
It's normalized. It's done.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I imagine like the people that throw their sneakers on power lines.
It's a lot like that, Tim.
That's what I think of.
I wouldn't say that those have traveled as much, but yeah, it's a lot like that.
Yep.
That's so unsettling. Who decided that they should do that? They do that for good luck?
Mm-hmm. I mean, why do people carry around a dead, dried rodent's foot, Tim? Come on. You're trying to make sense out of nonsensical shit.
I don't think I want to ask y'all about horse terms anymore.
Well, you picked a hard one to start on, buddy.
You did.
Oh.
I cackled when you sent us the message saying I'm going to ask
yes.
you guys about buildings.
The noise that came out of my body was inhuman. It was just so excited.
So much trauma behind that word.
Was there any more? I'm so excited for all of these.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to limit it to one a week because I
Okay.
can only handle so much.
Sure.
Don't want a palate cleanser?
Or want a show. Yeah.
Sorry, that's too good. You picked such a good one to start on. It was so strong.
Why do they throw them on the...
For good luck.
Yeah.
There's no answer.
You know what?
What if I ordered some truck nuts?
What if you did?
You know, like the little balls that people hang from their trailer hitches?
Yes.
I'm going to order some and I'm going to throw them on my roof. And we're going to see if this works.
I don't think it's the same.
But we could source you some actual, like, We have the power.
Yeah. I can take you to a cut.
No, don't call it that. No.
That's what it's called. That's what they're doing. It's a cut.
No, I don't like that. We're going to rename that.
To something less traumatic?
Yeah, we're going to make up some weird role-playing word like gelding so that it doesn't sound as awful to Tim.
Well, that's the currency you're trading in now, so I hope you were prepared.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Not anymore. It's just going to be people, like, throwing them on each other's roofs in forms of payment. Like, I'll pay you in good luck. Here you are, good sir.
I kind of love that idea, though. Like, you give somebody something at the market that day, and then you must go to that person's house later and throw horse nuts on the roof. That's great.
Oh, okay. I looked it up. Here we go. There are numerous unique traditions and folklore associated with castration, such as only cutting on a waning moon and throwing the testicles onto the barn roof. If the testicles stick to the roof, the horse will be a fast runner. If they fall off, he will be slow. So you want to have real sticky balls.
Do they not own gutters? I was legit thinking that they just had balls in the gutter. Because I guess barns don't have gutters.
I mean...
Because that's what I was wondering about. Like, I was actually worried about if I threw my truck nuts onto the roof, what if they just sat on the roof and didn't roll down into the gutter where they would hide? Oh, no.
It is really weird to think about, like, the things that you normalize as a child that now as an adult, if you were like, you're gonna do what? You're gonna from where?
My friend's vet literally, when she gelded the horse for her, said, I'll save the nuts for you. And I was like, that's great. Like, literally, we're all like, oh, cool, sweet, what a good vet. And now I'm realizing that's so sick.
I can only imagine what my reaction would have been if a vet had... Why? Why would you do that?
On the roof.
Oh my god, I want to be with somebody who is just not a horse person. Who has always wanted a horse and doesn't know anything about it. The first time that they go for that and be like, "You're gonna what?"
Just hand them to him.
Those.
Be like, here, you know what to do, and then just stare at them. And
then you get to be like, just wait till you have to clean his sheath. It'll all be fine. Don't worry about it.
Tim's face. Why are we not doing this as a Twitch stream? I don't know. Oh my god.
Oh. I'm just gonna hope that doesn't mean what it sounds like it means.
What does it sound like it means?
More Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game type stuff, and we'll just leave it there. Why would you... Nature doesn't take care of that for you? So, the only time that I've experienced, to sort of change the subject and to run screaming away from that subject, the only time I've experienced what I would call anonymous rage... I made a comment about cutting a horse's bangs. And I feel like Alex got really mad at, aggressive. Yeah. Aggressive about, apparently this is a thing you don't do.
Don't do that.
The bangs were so perfect, though. They were, in a perfect line. I'm like, that has to be manufactured. That can't be natural.
Yeah, don't cut it straight across. Just don't do that.
No.
It's against everything that I've ever believed in as a person.
As a person that throws nuts on barn roofs.
Support throwing whatever genitalia on whatever structures you like. But do not cut their bangs. The forelock, as we are appropriately going to determine it. Don't blunt cut it. If you want to feather it in, lighten it up because it's too much in their face, I guess you can do that. But don't just straight cut a horse's forelock. That's just criminal.
Like the lead singer of or the lead chick in D. Antford or whatever. Just
exactly. Oh yeah, it's bad.
Woof.
It's really bad. And And I was, when you sent that to me, I had just seen somebody do that to a horse, so I was coming off a little bit of like a residual rage. So it was brutal.
Oh. So you, Alex, currently own a horse?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you have been a horse girl your whole life?
Yes and no. I didn't like grow up from super, super young with horses. Like my mom rode, but then stopped to have children, which never do that. That's ridiculous. But, then like I think I was 10 when I started taking lessons, and like I had done a few like horse things before that. And then I got super into it, just kept going with it. So that's my experience. And I do have a horse. She's the best. Her name is Pony, but she is a horse.
Aww.
So, all right, what about you, Jenna? What are your horse experiences?
I don't remember not being a horse girl. I fell in love with them at a young age, and then when I was in like 5th grade, we used to go on these, because I was in gifted classes. Of course I was, right? You can't be this weird and not be in gifted classes. We went on this overnight field trip to the Agorama in South Georgia, which is like this, I don't know, like 1800s farmstead. You learn how people lived, all this other stuff.
It's a horse cult?
It's a horse cult. No, and you had to do all these jobs, and my job got to be driving the cart.
That's so
I got to
cool.
drive the cart, like on my own as a 10-year-old, and I was just like, I don't want to do anything else in my life ever. I want to drive carts. I want to be around horses. I want to muck stables. I want to dig dirt out of their hooves. I want to do all this. I want to cut burrs. I want to sand down the little scales on their knees. I want to do it all. So we lived on a farm, on a little subsistence farm. Like, we just grew whatever would feed us. And my great uncle, had a pony that someone had given him as payment for some job. And then my great uncle passed away, and Jenna got a pony.
That's amazing.
Please tell me that your pony was named Horse.
I wish. That would be so cool. No,
that would be.
She came with a name. I'm telling you, all of my animals are misfits, and they come to me with their names. I don't think I've ever named an animal.
Yeah, I don't often get naming rights either. My horse came to me with a name, and I legitimately paid to change it because they called her Hope, and she's a raging Spitfire that hates everything, and I'm like, no, it's not Hope.
You had to pay to change your... Did you just say that?
She was registered. So she was registered as Hope's Traveling Gypsy, and I changed it. She's now Pandora's Sweet Relief. Because the last thing we ever want to call her is Hope, her previous name. And then Sweet Relief because death is but a moment away at any time.
I love it. That is the most metal horse name ever, and I am in love. I now need a horse so I can find a more metal name, but I don't think I will.
I think you can. I believe in you, though. I think we could do it. That could be another goal of this podcast, is come up with a more metal horse name.
Every week, just try a new metal horse name.
Yes, see what sticks.
No. My pony's name was Nellie, and it was the early 2000s, and all my friends were in love. Because they were like Nelly fans, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this poor thing came to us, and like her hooves looked like Dutch shoes. It was so terrible. So we had to like rehab her, and then we turned into kind of a animal sanctuary because of this.
Aww.
Ended up with like American donkeys and a bunch of other stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And then in my teen years, I ended up working at a stable that was right down the road.
So cool.
Yeah.
So I know this is gonna be weird for you, Tim, but now I have to nerd out with Jenna for a second. I'm sorry. Okay, so what kind of riding do you do? Tell me everything. Everything.
So I do nothing because
it's fair. shit happens.
Yeah.
Horses are not conducive with life.
And I live in a neighborhood, so I can't have one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't do anything fancy. I mean, I did a little calf roping in high school.
That's so cool.
Are you okay, Tim?
Yeah, are you okay?
Speaking of rodeos, I did a few of those. I wasn't good.
I did a little calf roping. Just a little bit of calf roping.
It's really fun though. I'll teach you how to throw a lasso one day, Tim.
Can you teach me too?
Sure that when you want to talk about things that Tim is incapable of doing,
a lasso.
I imagine that's got to be probably pretty high on the list.
I'm probably really rusty, so I'm gonna have to practice a little. But yeah, it's super fun, especially like when you actually get it. Right after the buzzer goes off, because that was always when it happened for me.
That's so badass. Like I've never dabbled into like that side of like Western shit before because the lasso shit. There's a bunch of specialized stuff you gotta know, and that's so awesome. Like calf roping is badass. That's awesome.
That was like the free thing that I could do because I could use my friends' horses that were also in the rodeo. And nobody had to pay anything for it, but I always wanted to take lessons and do actual, like, equestrian riding.
So there were no calves, it was just your friends running away from you. That's what I got from
Sometimes,
that.
yes. That is how we practiced. Legitimately. Like, we would rope each other. Yeah.
That's a very Jenna story.
And then there's fake calves, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like plastic heads. They're wild looking. When we want to scare the horses when we're jumping, we put those out and jump them.
Man, I always wanted to do like steer roping and stuff too, but I was always terrified of, getting them horns. It's one thing to jump off of a horse when it's going pretty fast. It's another to jump off onto some spiky shit.
Yep.
Nuh-uh.
So badass. No. That's like absolutely, had I started Western, that's I feel like absolutely where I would have been like, yeah, let's go. Like,
oh yeah.
It would be awesome.
Oh, and Tim,
so cool.
Something for you to know, because you know how terrified I am of clowns. I have zero fear of rodeo clowns. So,
I wonder what the difference is. Like one's a friendly, fun-loving clown, and the rest of them are evil.
The rest of them will kill your children. Yes.
Yes.
It's got to be directly correlated with whether the bull is being sent towards or away from you. Like rodeo clowns, away. Every other clown may be encouraging the bull towards.
Yeah, that could be it.
Actually, that's the fan fiction I want to write. It's that there's this underground war happening between regular clowns and rodeo clowns.
I need it.
And they're good. It's good versus evil.
I need this. Oh, Tim, you are such a good idea, man, for like comic books and shit.
I would read the shit out of that, so.
I'm not writing that down.
I forgot to TM it too. So, is there anything else we want to go over about the book?
I mean, we should probably like talk about.
Yeah,
it
we should probably. I don't know what
Yeah.
specifically, but that's. Do you guys know? Are you? Well, Tim, you wouldn't, but John, do you know like the whole Monty Roberts thing? And like, were you into that? And like,
No.
Roberts.
okay, so like that's the whole premise of like the join up in the book is from this guy named Monty Roberts.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that whole thing.
I just didn't.
It's because I went with his
name.
name instead of yeah. So that's
The join up.
So that's like what the premise. Like I think she even thanks him in the beginning of this book. I think like right. Let's see. Yeah, with thanks to Monty Roberts, who first wrote about the join up technique and whose work has made the world a better place for horses. So that's, I think, what they started writing these books on was this whole join up thing, which was basically where like you use the horse's body. It's like Liberty, but two-way street instead of just a one-way street. So it's like basically using the horse's movements and like reactions to people. I'm sorry, Tim. This
that
podcast
literally explained nothing.
not for you. No, it's using the horse's like body.
You know when you're
movements.
listening to a really smart person use vocabulary you've never heard before to explain something you've never heard before? It's like physics is happening right now.
I am a dumbass. I apologize. I am not the smart person. Okay, sorry. Let me bring it down. Okay, so it's using the horse's like body movements and reactions based on like pressure. So like if you walk towards them, you're putting pressure on them, right? Like they're herd animals, they are prey animals. They move away from anything they think is like threatening or putting any sort of pressure against them. So join up is using different pressure points, like moving them away at different points of their body and having them move around you until they start giving signals that other horses would. Because horses, when they're out together in a pasture, give each other signals all the time. Like, you know, the mare will say, move away from me. She'll pin her ears. She'll lift her leg. They don't listen. She kicks, but it never gets that far because they listen to each other. So you're using the same sort of thing where you're putting pressure to move them away from you, around you, and then eventually they start giving signals like they're starting to lower their head. They're saying, okay, like I'm looking at you, I'm paying attention to you. They start like, you know, moving their mouths, blah, blah, blah. And then when you turn away, that's inviting them into your body. And so then they join up with you, and that's the whole thing. And this is Monty Roberts' whole deal. He did it with like a deer. This is his thing. He's published like plenty of books. People use this as all sorts of shit. And it's just another technique that you could potentially use if you're into that. Okay, sorry, I don't know why I got on this tangent.
There was a lot of use of herbal remedies too. Like I felt they were really trying to sell me on herbal remedies. Like, you don't need science. Yeah. You just need
and sometimes you don't. Like
fenugreek.
You know.
Well, I mean, the thing about a lot of medicine is that it does come from these natural herbal remedies. It's just more potent amounts. It's like willow bark is aspirin.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that willow bark was a thing.
Yeah, legitimately.
So, yeah, it's all true-ish. It's just maybe, you know, fictionalized somewhat because it is a children's book.
Right. Something that I didn't expect from this book, but I did like, was that when they are doing these herbal remedies and stuff and using aromatherapy and everything, when they said to use the tea tree oil, she was very careful not to get it on him because it could irritate his skin. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, yes. A lot of people will just like put it on them or put it on their pets or whatever, and you're not supposed to do that.
I'm not writing that down or anything. It's a little burny.
This is just how we're going to convert Tim to essential oils and willow bark remedies.
I'm going to send you my Young Living link, and if you could just buy your own set, that would be super. Yeah. Just buy the maximum
100%
set.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Like this whole podcast.
Yes, Young Living is an MLM. Absolutely, 100%. Fight me. Come at me.
I won't. I agree with you.
not you. Anybody listening.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard of that one. There was one. I don't remember what it was called. That like, being a kid who worked at a grocery store, we bad guys walk in and try to sell us on it. I don't know, daily, but yeah, Young Living I hadn't heard of. Maybe it's because I'm old living. I'm like, they don't try to sell to the old people.
You don't go in enough crunchy places.
That's probably very true.
Yeah. And you just don't buy enough pattern leggings.
That's true. Absolutely.
I have 0. Is that one of their things? They sell a lot of pattern leggings?
It's a different MLM. That's LuLaRoe, but like they kind of that's stepping stones. Like if you do.
Okay.
LuLaRoe, yeah.
Now that one I've heard of, didn't know. I thought that was just like a store.
I thought it was too at first, and I kept looking it up, and I was like, what is this? Because this one lady was like, buy them from me. I'm like, why would I buy them from you? I'll get them from the fucking store if I want them.
I'll just get new ones.
Yeah,
I need yours.
Right. And then I looked it up, and they're like, multi-level marketing. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's not real.
They're fake leggings.
They're fake leggings, for sure.
No, they're real leggings, and also the debt is real.
the debt is probably the most real part about the leggings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so don't sign up for leggings MLMs. That's what I've learned from today. That
we have taught you something.
A word I'm not going to talk about, and that you horse people do weird shit.
Oh yeah, that's not even. You haven't even scratched the surface.
Just wait.
Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be so good. I don't think it's in this book, but in the TV show they have trick riding, and that's where we get into some other great whack ass shit, and I'm very excited to talk about that at some point.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
I can't wait for stories.
Jenna just did the eye thing, which means nothing good is about to happen.
It means all good shit's about to happen.
In any sort of competition setting, you have fucking crazies. And you're going to hear about some.
I'm so excited. Rodeo crazies must be like next level.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We'll just leave out the meth heads.
Okay. We can revisit them at a later date. Not totally out, right?
Mm-hmm. Well.
Okay, awesome.
What about the rival horse cult? The Grants.
Mm-hmm.
That
Ashley
came over and tried to steal.
And her mommy Val.
Yeah. Yeah, they were trying to steal the Hollowell account. I guess you could call it an account.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then buying the 3 main horses.
Yeah.
After they've already been told no on those horses.
Yep.
It's like, oh, well, her mom's dead now. How fucking skeezy do you have to be? You know that this kid loves these horses. You know her mom just died. Let me take something else she loves.
Mm-hmm. On the night of her birthday, or the day after the night of her makeup birthday. It was all happening all at once.
Dude, how messed up it... Oh, okay, so the most messed up thing that happened in this book to me was when Grandpa Jack or whatever brings the present that Mom gave her in front of everybody else and was like, here, open this from your dead mother who just died a couple days ago while we're all watching. And I was like, dude!
Uncool.
No! Yeah.
He just wanted her to be happy.
I guess it's one way to make her happy. But, like, I think his exact words were like, she bought this for you before she, And then she handed her a gift.
Oh, poor Grandpa Jack. I love him so much.
Me too. I really do like Grandpa Jack, but he did not do good in this book at
all.
No,
he messed up. You know what? I'm going to chalk this one up to his daughter just died.
That's true. We don't ever visit that. It's all about Amy's relation.
Right. Yeah.
Did I miss the part? Does Scott's the vet guy, right?
Yeah.
Did they ever explain? Am I just not remembering why he gets all short with Lou and like doesn't want to talk to her?
You'll see.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I was like, did I just glaze over? Did they have like a fist fight or something before here or something?
They laid like a lot of groundwork in this book.
Oh, yeah. Like, I had forgotten how much book 1 sets up.
Same. And that freaking... I forgot that Mrs. Whatever died. Now I've forgotten her name. Sugarfoot's human.
Mrs.
Bell. I forgot Miss Bell died. And then, like, all the other shit, I'm like, oh, right. Oh, wait, this is book 1? Holy shit, this happens real early.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sugarfoot's human.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, Sugarfoot is one of the Cenobites from Hellraiser. Just like that. The comes in and chains just hook into Mrs. Bell.
Before he tears her apart for the cats.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Sugarfoot, definitely following that Shetland stereotype. He is pure evil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. What else even happens in this book? Like, there's so much. Like, Val and Ashley show up, the whole Scott thing. What other nuances are we missing here? And actually, Jenna, you brought up an amazing point that I don't think is pertaining to the book at all. but that I really liked about at the end where Ty brushes her face gently and how it opens with him brushing Copper's face and Copper having a panic attack. That's got to have some sort of connection.
Like, while reading, I was like, that didn't work out for you so well last time.
Sometimes we forget we just can't touch people's faces.
Yeah. Boundaries, Ty. Learn them. Thank you.
Copper tried to tell you. Ashley was a little nicer about it, but maybe next time she too will rear up and strike out at you.
He was probably watching like some movie about like robots, and the robot just like touched another robot's face. He's like, okay, I got it.
Human
I know how to interact with people now.
I get it.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. This is what I must do.
This is how they connect and speak to each other.
Yeah.
It's not even like good internet age, so we can't be like, he got on the internet and Googled how to interact with girl.
Yeah.
He picked up a Cosmo. 17.
A tiger beat.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah. Oh my god. That JTT spread. Man, come on. Woof.
I'm gonna pick people at random, and that's how I'm gonna greet them, is just touch the side of their face.
You're gonna get hurt a lot. There are too many people like me out there, Tim, who do not want to be touched.
No, you know how that would go. I'd be like, I'm gonna do this. This will be funny. I'd get within like 3 feet of them, and I'd be like, no, and then run away.
So the best possible outcome. Good.
Yes. They'll be like, did that guy just say no and run away? I don't
I
don't
think he was
understand.
gonna kill me. Is he a time traveler? Is that me from the future? Was he a horse in a man suit? It's my new band. Horse in a man suit.
It makes sense.
That should be your new horse's show name. Horse in a man's.
That's
It's absolutely
not near metal enough. Though.
No, but like, okay, so part of this that like I always love is like they announce it when you go into the ring. So it would be Jenna riding a horse in a man's suit. Gross and weird.
That checks all the boxes.
Yep. Everybody be like, what? Wait, what? Announce that one more time. Or never say it again.
Where are we? What show did I come to? Wrong one? Wrong one. Sounds like wrong one.
Yeah.
My horse would be called Balls on a Roof.
Tim riding balls on a roof.
Oh, and everybody there would be like, "Yeah,
That's good luck right there. That young man has some good luck."
yep."
That would creep me out more than anything when everybody just accepted as a normal name.
They all just nodded.
I worked really hard to make that weird. Yeah. Why don't you have a positive outlook, good sir? That's all I'm going to do for the rest of the week is try to think of metal horse names. I mean, the bar is set pretty high, though. It's like it would have been good on its own, but to know that it was in opposition to hope.
Yeah, the context there really just
Yeah.
knocks it out of the park.
Yep. I just hated it so much. Ugh.
So when I was reading this book as a kid, I remember empathizing so hard with Amy. I didn't lose a parent as a child, but I was like on Amy's team. So like, poor Amy. Why can't everybody just, leave Amy alone? Reading this as an adult, though, I'm like, poor Lou. Damn, Lou. You just trying to be a good sister and a good adult and live your own fucking life.
She's like, I'll take all the money stuff back to, I'll just do it after work. I'll just treat this as a second job from New York. And I'm like, what else could you ask of her?
Yeah.
She's literally trying to do everything. You brat. You bratty child.
The other part of that is that, like, Lou also lost her mom, which is glossed over.
Yeah.
And she also explained how traumatic horses in general were for her because she witnessed her dad's accident and then had to take care of her injured dad and mother while going through it. So, like, Lou has a way better story than Amy, and she is never a bitch about that.
You know what? You know what else Lou didn't do? Lou didn't kill her mom.
Oh, there's that, yeah.
Amy did directly kill her mom.
Yeah. Yes. She committed murder.
Matricide? Matricide is... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she killed her mattress.
That's assertive.
Oh, God.
So sorry.
Tim, I cannot wait for the day that your child comes to you and asks you to do something that you know is probably a little bit dangerous. And you go, I've read that book. I make my own decisions. You don't choose
You are
me.
no Amy.
I'm not letting you live with that guilt.
The time that he wants to, like, I don't know, the book series that y'all have led me to, there's a lot of rather unique situations that could come up from it.
So the first weird thing, you have to be like, am I about to further your story with my death? Are you going to turn out to be the good guy? Do I want you to be the good guy?
These are all questions that I'll ask him. Dad, why are you being weird?
Because I am the Seabiscuit before he got good, and I need to push you to be the villain. I know you can be.
Oh my God.
We play a lot of Mario Maker and Minecraft. So these conversations don't really come up all that much. We have weird conversations about what to do. His big thing is trying to build Mario levels that I can't beat.
As he should.
Is he good at that? Has he...
Okay. Yeah. I fairly regularly cannot finish the levels that he makes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Hey, Tim, how's it feel that your kid's smarter than you?
I don't think that's a very high bar.
I was hoping you'd get flustered and offended, but you just went with it. No. You're just like, yeah, he's absolutely smarter than me.
Yes.
Oh.
Kid's 9, and he was talking about things existing in 3 and 4 dimensions. And I'm like just staring at him, and I'm like way older than 9, and I barely grasp this, like there's no way I was doing it at 9.
Please tell me that you asked him, wait, is the 4th dimension smell-o-vision?
I did not. I did not ask if it was smell-o-vision. Opportunity missed.
Damn.
Was he reading A Wrinkle in Time, or is this like just a study he has interest in?
Ponderance?
Yeah, I was just thinking about stuff. We were just walking around the neighborhood, and he just started talking about stuff. And I'm like, I have no idea where half the stuff he talks about comes from. But you know what he does? He watches... Did you know that there are TED Talks for kids? Yeah. This still blows me away, but that's what he does for, like, fun. He sits and watches TED Talks for kids.
There is hope for the future.
That's so
right? Yeah.
Cool. Like, okay.
That is so cool.
No. We don't, when we're in the car, we listen to Wow in the World, which is like the NPR science podcast for kids. Yeah. So, yeah, he's going to end up saving the universe.
Tim, were you in gifted classes?
No pressure or anything. Yeah, okay. I was in gifted classes.
All right. You know what?
I'm just broken enough to been in gifted classes.
Poor Tim, you're very smart. And everybody loves you.
Oh, that's so much worse. No, you're a smart
You're
boy.
Very smart boy.
You're smart boy.
You figure out good problem.
I want to know where we go from here.
Well, I think book 2 is generally...
Yeah, the second one.
But what happens in book 2?
Oh, I can't tell you.
You gotta read it.
Yeah.
No, that's...
Well, there will be some healing.
Healing horses, healing hearts.
Yeah. It's literally the log line there.
I did not read it before I said that. Then I looked down and I was like, oh, that's where that's from.
Why is that stuck in my brain? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not in book 2, but there will be some smooching.
There'll be some more T-touch. That is very important. Have never come across that in practice, but it's in the book.
Yep.
T-touch?
That's the thing they mention where they, like, rubbed super small circles on, like, the horses.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
T-touch. I think
Horse
they call it that in the
massage.
book. Yeah, horse massage.
I don't think they
Tiny.
do in this one, but yeah, definitely later.
Yeah. I'm very not familiar with that term, so I'd be surprised if it was in there. That kind of
I've
caught me off
only
guard.
read it in this book. I've never, like, heard it in the wild. But I think she does a little with Sugarfoot, trying to convince him. Like, she rubs his ear. And the only reason it stuck out to me is because she was rubbing his ears, and I was like, most horses wouldn't like that, but all right. If that's what you're into.
No, you know who would like it, though?
Sugarfoot?
If most horses don't like it, yeah.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, he's like, I hate that so much. Do it some more.
Keep going. I hate it. What are your predictions for the future, Tim?
Oh no, do I have to do this?
As the one who keeps coming in brand new to the series. Yes.
Okay, so Grandpa Jack is gonna die.
Like next book or just in general?
Just in
Okay.
general. Lou is gonna die.
For sure.
And it's
For sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Amy's fault.
Amy's gonna murder her.
Yeah. Ty is gonna die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Matt and Scott, right? They're both gonna die in a car accident.
Together or two separate?
Yeah,
Okay.
together. Yeah, they're gonna go at the same time.
I need the order too of when you think they're gonna die.
I'm gonna make like a flow chart like when this is gonna happen. No, so like, you want a prediction for like the book series or for like the next book?
You know what? Anything. I'm
Okay.
loving the how everyone's gonna die thing.
She's gonna grow up. She's gonna be like 30 by the end of the book series, right? And she's gonna be a famous like TV show horse person. Like she's gonna have her own horse like talk show where she talks about
She
horses.
talks to horses. Got it. She
Yeah.
interviews horses
And
Yes.
live on TV.
and all she's gonna every book is gonna be her stacking up bodies on the way to her success in life. She's gonna be murdering all those who get in her way, who oppose her. She knew that Marion was better than her, and she couldn't have it. It's like Highlander.
It's you know what that was the original tagline was the Mad Max of horse books.
Yeah.
They had to change it.
Yeah.
So book 3 will be the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
So I'm in for this. That's the Tina Turner horse book. No, yeah, that's what I think she's going to become a famous horse person.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do think Jack is dead.
Can I
Like we're counting down the minutes on Jack.
Can I tell you the entire premise of this and completely ruin everything for you? The actual like what really happens here, just so you aren't shocked when it happens and you're like, "Oh man, that really was all set up in book 1," okay?
Okay.
So what happens is everyone does die. They do. Everyone but Amy dies. But Amy gets married to someone and then they die. Right? So Amy ends up alone, and then she invents time travel for horses. But she uses it on herself and goes back in time. And the person that she had married, I forgot to say this, was Alexander Graham Bell. So she is
Hold on, I have to add
Mrs. Bell.
Oh, you got there. Okay, but I have to add one thing, right? So we learned this in Terminator, right? Time travel is only for horses.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for her to go back, she has to wear a horse.
That's true. She did have to kill a
Yes,
horse.
yes.
It was
Yes,
her favorite
actually.
horse.
suit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this is much better than what I was imagining, which is when you said time travel, I imagined her galloping a horse as fast as she could to hit 65 miles an hour and losing her.
Oh my god. Just the little smoke trails from his hooves. Yeah. Oh no, now he's literally glue.
Well, that's the trick. They die every time. So that's why she has to keep finding new ones.
That's right. But then she ended up with Sugarfoot, and there's no way that pony's going that fast.
He can't get up there. All the hate in the world couldn't get him that fast.
The whole time during Jenna's prediction, I'm like, Jenna's being silly. Jenna's being silly. Oh shit, Mrs. Bell, this is great now. I'm 100% in for this story. Let's do this. You let yourself die. You let the cats eat you.
That's the true heartbreak. Mm-hmm. I think the most impressive part about that was just how accurate it actually was. I would like the whole time, like, actually, yeah, that is what happens. So it's all true, honestly.
Okay. The other thing that I'm like 99% certain is Dad's gonna come back.
Okay.
I don't know if Dad's gonna come back in book 2 or like later in the series, but Dad's coming back.
I have such a good fact for you, but I'm gonna save it. Sorry.
Is the fact her dad died in the forest.
Her dad died in the war. The horse war.
She was the first person that she sent back in a horse. I've lost the whole thread. It's gone. No,
she sent back a horse Terminator to protect her dad. Is what it
was.
Sugarfoot's
sire. It was the horse.
I'm my own best friend's dad. So cute. Your son's your best friend. Yeah, but I didn't know he was my son. That's the best part of Terminator for me.
Yeah.
You know, he took that entire relationship for granted, being best friends with this dude, and then turned to find out that's his own son. It's like, oh, I should have taken you fishing.
No, my favorite part is the we can't send metal back in time, so we have to cover it in people's skin.
Flesh.
Yeah, we have to trick time travel. Like time travel doesn't own a metal detector or something.
Then, now, oh wait, we can send it back.
Yeah.
What? We didn't have to do that thing with the dude and the skinning and the gooping and the... Yeah. Okay. When he was naked and he landed, we didn't have to do that. Okay.
It's hard to retcon a story when you build in time travel to it. It's a little tough.
That's a great
The first
point.
time you go, why didn't we do that in the first place? Yeah. Fuck, we've already fucked up.
Yeah.
Wait, we can go back and do it.
Yeah. That's another story we need to write, is about writers who invent time travel to go back and fix their time travel
they
story.
They just loop in on themselves. They're like, oh no, it turns out you can be in the same time at the same place.
Now this is just a Doctor Who plot.
Yeah. Crap, we need to go back to 45 minutes ago before we started this. Dude, don't write that. It's wrong.
That would just be my fucking hell, because I would literally just show up and go, hey, don't write that, it's stupid. Hey, don't write that, it's stupid. Hey, don't write, no, that one was the stupid one. Hey, you know that first thing you were going to write? That was gold. Fuck, I don't remember it.
And then you rip off the Jenna suit to reveal that your Sugarfoot's just tormenting. Yeah.
Just 87 sugar feet.
That should be your new LinkedIn profile. I'm Jenna, 87 Sugarfoots in a people suit.
Yeah, I hate LinkedIn anyway. Let's do it.
Do we have anything else about this book?
It's going to be a fucking journey, Tim. Buckle up.
Yeah. I thought about trying to find like a dust jacket from something like, I don't know, smart sounding, and just put it around this so that ups my brand a little bit by making me look intelligent.
I was gonna say you could do like horse things for dummies, and then like
Horse things.
I don't know.
Horse things for dummies.
Yeah. It's probably a book.
Yeah, should be a T-shirt. Should be the title of this podcast.
But my horse girl in me is so good.
Okay, yeah, I don't have anything else.
Okay. I've got nothing else for this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've got entire notebooks of ideas about the other books.
I have so much to talk about.
Yeah. I do think it was really great that when we discussed which book was coming first, which Horse Girl series was going to be our first one, and Tim said this one, and we were both like, oh my god!
Yes.
And then this, and we can't talk about it.
No.
Well, I'm glad my blind choices have brought so much joy to you both.
It has. It truly has.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to let Sugarfoot eat all of your emotions.
What possessed Lou to go out and cry in his stall?
Yeah.
And then sing her woes?
So he has this like psychic call.
Siren song of Sugarfoot.
Yes, it's almost like a vampire trance where he's like, I need to feed, bring me your suffering. And she could not help herself but go out there.
Makes sense.
His siren winning.
And especially since he was
Echoes across the open moors of the cult.
He's really part mermaid, but it's very specific that he's not a seahorse.
No, it's the front half. That's the mermaid.
Yeah. Merhorse. Morse.
Morse. That's how he sends it out. It sounds like Morse code, but then it turns into a whinny at the end. And that's the call.
Yeah.
Morse code in his like evil demon voice. Dude, dash, dot, dash.
That's your evil Sugarfoot voice.
Yeah, that's my evil Sugarfoot voice. Dot, dash, dot. I like the idea that Sugarfoot only he speaks English, but only Morse code. He doesn't like count with his hoof or anything like that. He just literally dot, dash, dot.
No one knows what it means, so they all just think he's not talking. But the whole time he said things.
I'll swallow your soul.
Aw, Sugarfoot, that's so cute.
He thinks he's people. I'll show you people's souls. Aww.
There's a Hellraiser cube in that stall somewhere.
Gotta be.
Hidden behind the water bucket with the special herb stuff that makes him eat that I can't remember at all.
Yeah.
They tried so hard to make me know what it was, and I did not retain it.
I don't think they ever told you what the one that got him. They just said it was a brown bottle. Like the one that actually got him to, like, they gave you every herb that didn't work, and then in the end they're just like, here's one for anxiety. Here's the brown bottle for anxiety.
It's rescue tonic.
It's magic.
It's rescue tonic. It's what they called it.
She went to the sink, she put like glitter and thyme, THYME.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Do we even have social media?
No.
Is this a thing that we have obtained?
No.
Let me just write in my notes, obtain social media.
Yeah.
That's honestly, I've done a lot of sign-offs in my day, and my favorite by far is obtain social media.
Yeah.
And just leave it at that.
I'm pretty sure that if I keep trading my my Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff, that I'll eventually be able to obtain social media. That's my thought, right? Like that's the only reason people do this.
If we get an NFT of Sugarfoot and sell it, we can buy all of it.
Oh fuck!
Sugarfoot the demon horse.
Yeah, someone is gonna buy that
for sure. It's gonna be in high demand.
Yeah.
Like flaming red eyes and like smoke behind. Maybe he's wearing a cloak. I don't know how a horse would wear a cloak, but I feel like Sugarfoot would.
I think just around the neck, like usual.
Yeah, they do have a big neck for it,
so just like everybody else wears a cloak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
This horse puts a cloak the same as anybody else, one string at a time.
Have you ever seen a horse in a blanket? Like with their heating blanket on? That's kind of like that would be like that is a cloak. It's just a cloak.
It is. It is just a cloak.
A hors d'oeuvre horse in a blanket.
Okay. I have to tell you guys this one thing before we do anything else. So, our friend of ours who breeds horses has gotten a divorce, and we said we were going to throw him a horse divorce party, which is just how you spell hors d'oeuvres.
Please.
Oh God.
Please tell me that you're gonna invite Tobias Maguire to the horse divorce.
I am now. I'm gonna be Googling to find his address all night. And I'm gonna introduce him as such too. I invited Tobias Maguire here.
You have to prep this by like
Spider-Man.
sending him a handwritten letter saying, "I know it's not your name, but you're playing this character.
This is
It'll
not
be
a
the role of
mistake.
your life. You're making no money."
But you
the
will
role
not
of your
suffer
life.
any social embarrassment.
Right.
Do you remember when you did Seabiscuit?
This is like before that. Before you did Seabiscuit.
Before you were good. You're like Seabiscuit, but before you're in Seabiscuit.
I'm gonna introduce myself as Tobias Maguire.
I wish you would. To everyone.
That's gonna be my you know what that's my southern detective who's investigating these clown murders. While the rodeo
And you have to
clowns
dress
are
like
fighting.
a cowboy.
Yes. My name is Sheriff Tobias Maguire.
Where does one go to get a drink around these here parts? I'm sorry, my southern accent is too Canadian to be actual southern.
I was just going to say that. I was like, that sounded like a super Canadian person just trying to sound southern.
I am. It's happening.
Next
That's
week,
how I hear
Tim and
it.
I will try to sound Canadian. No.
And we'll just keep trading off.
Okay. You know, I've already cast the role of Sheriff Tobias Maguire. I can't even say it. Sheriff Tobias Maguire will be played by Anonymous Alex. Just because I want to hear 2 hours of that attempt at a southern accent.
It just gets worse and worse as I progress. I'm like, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it, but I'm not getting it.
And then Tim fanfic version of Jenna just walks through. Man, I really wish they would just cast actual Southerners to play Southerners. And that's the only thing she says throughout the entire thing.
Yep.
So, Sheriff Tobias Maguire is actually a plant from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police who is investigating. Yes, this all works. This all works very well.
Investigating Alexander Graham Bell.
Oh. And his horse time travel.
Yes. And his wife, who died in mysterious circumstances and rotted for a week.
The climactic battle of Tobias Maguire and Sugarfoot.
As they just run at each other super slow because Sugarfoot's so small and Tobias Maguire is not fit.
There's got to be a joke about riding a horse if you're the mounted police. Like, I'm sure you give me a little while, I'll get there. But that'll be the tagline at the end. And I won't make it sound like gross or anything. I can do this.
Can you?
No,
Okay.
probably not.
There's something there, though.
I know, that's what I'm
absolutely
saying. It's
something
there. Yeah. You have... Yeah, it's there. It's right on the edge of my brain. And I'll get there.
I feel like the second movie, the tagline is, it's not a one-horse town anymore.
Hey, that's pretty solid. That is solid.
Snap. This
Yeah, but
entire
I can't
universe
get
is
the
just
first
falling
one.
together.
Collapsing in neatly into a nice little package.
Into a nice little black hole where nothing will ever escape it.
And all of this takes place in the actual Heartland universe.
Yeah.
Like, we take all actual events from Heartland.
Yes. I feel like it's not going to be that
Like-
far off at all.
Like when Ty creepily touches Copper's face, it's actually not Copper. It's Tobias Maguire dressed as a horse.
Oh no. No wonder he reacted
Yeah.
so violently.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing touching my face? That's so weird.
I was in Spider-Man.
So I know it's creepy when you just randomly touch a girl's face.
That's right.
What?
like witty things for this cider house doesn't rule or something.
I don't think
like,
it should be that movie.
No.
I think of all of the Tobey Maguire films you could have picked, it probably shouldn't
both of them?
be the one about abortion.
I didn't know that's what that movie was about.
Oh,
I've never seen that movie. I just like we just talked about Michael Caine movies. That's the only reason that name was in my head. Is that really what that's about? Oh,
Tim.
I've seen like one Tobey Maguire movie.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh god.
Okay, I'll switch to Pleasantville. We'll do Pleasantville
Okay.
instead.
That's probably for the best. Because for the record, that cider house didn't rule.
I literally had no idea.
Oh my god. Okay, and that's the show.